So looking at this drawing, it's clear that the placement of the water closet is 16 inches from the wall. There's this other reference to the location of the grab rail being 12 inches offset from that. These are 36 inches. This one is 42. This one doesn't have a dimension in this view. So let's start to look at recreating all of these kind of relationships. The other thing I'm concerned about is how high the let me deactivate this view. The toilet paper holder needs to be 18 inches from the floor. And if you look in here, it needs to be 7 inches away from the front edge of the toilet bowl. So we have a lot of information here to help us make some decisions on our layout or make some corrections. So let's go to our layout. And let's work in the floor plan actually first. So I'll go to the bathroom plan. And we're going to work on this idea of the distance of the toilet's relationship, the 16 inches away from the wall. And then we're going to look at this 12 inch to make sure that we're in alignment. We have a little bit of a problem with that, but we've got this 12 inch from the inside of the wall and this 12 inch from this offset here. So let's go back to this view. Oops, excuse me, this view. Let's grab our toilet, and I want to pull this dimension in until we're here, and then I want this to be 16 inches. So we've corrected that. We have the idea of the placement. Well, our toilet paper holder needs to be 7 inches away from the face of that. We'll do that in elevation. And the other dimension that we wanted to kind of check here, is to get from the center of the toilet to the center of this, and they're saying 12 inches and we're off by 2 inches, and I'm really not exactly sure what the issue is there. We could always move that over if we were to modify. I'm double clicking on this one right now, our library element, and we'll go to the top view of that. And remember, it was 10 inches and we really wanted it to be, if I go back to the bathroom plan, we've got 10 inches and we really want 12 inches. So we really want to move it in 2 inches. So I'm just going to grab these components and then just move them over 2 inches. And we'll load that into the project. And the one we're working on now is that one. Yours will have a different name, I'm sure. And we'll overwrite the existing. And that's moved it over for us. And now we're having a hard time finding that center. Let's see what I can do here. Let me just delete this dimension and do it again. Oops. Sorry, I'm trying to do thinking about two different things at once here. Tab. Let's see if we're not getting any kind of indication of that center. So I'm just going to, oops. So I'm just going to kind of guesstimate. Oops, it didn't like that at all. It really likes to be attached to something. Let's try one more time. So that's actually, this is a 2 inch thick thing. So we're right on with the distance with that. So I'm happy with that right now. Let's look at getting our toilet paper holder located in the right location. Then we can align the other one with it. So what we'll do is we'll go to the correct elevation, and I'll just tag through here. All right, until we can find this. We know this needs to be 18 inches above the ground or the floor plane. So let's go down here, touch that. Let's see if we can touch the bottom of this. I'm going to just do this. That says 18 inches, and that makes me concerned that we didn't relocate our toilet properly. 19-inch seat height, but it's still out of position. I'll have to figure out what's going on there. Let's edit that and just see what it looks like. See if there's anything that mounting height is 1 foot 7 inches. So that's right. So I'm not sure why that's not indicated properly, because if we measure this, that's only 15 inches. So it's almost like it's still the other toilet. Why don't we just see if we can move it up? Nope, can't move. All right, so I'm going to have to investigate why that isn't lining up properly. But we have that toilet paper located correctly now, except for this idea of being 7 inches in front of the face of the toilet bowl. So let's see what we can do here. Oops, I've got to get the right geometry to measure off of. I may not find something either. I guess what we can do is let's grab this, and I'm going to just take it and move it until we're over the front surface, and then we'll move it over 7 inches. And then I'll come back and figure out how we're going to be able to dimension that. Maybe we can dimension it in another view. All right, so we have that elevation, and if we were to now go to the plan view, we can try to line up the other toilet paper holder to that one. So let's see if we can get the center of that one and center of that one. And now let's make that, well, I should have highlighted this one. And now let's make this 0. And now those two are in alignment. So they're in agreement, at least with each other. And I want to get rid of this, oops. That dimension line. Okay, so let's review here what other kind of issues. I still haven't dealt with the centering of this toilet bowl in the stall. 3 feet wide, so what we really want is this to be 15 inches offset. Let's see if we can catch a dimension here that we can manipulate. And I'll just type in 15 inches here. And it doesn't look right. 30, wait a minute. Did I say it was 30 inches? I'm sorry, you have to go through my whole process of meandering through to figure all of these things, me figuring all these things out. This was 3 feet. So this has got to be 18. There we go. Sorry for that. All right, so we're centered there now. Our sink is not critical, but let's figure out what space we have there. Let's take that down to, let's go to 5 feet. Whoops, that must have been 5 inches. Then we can take a look at, I'll get rid of this dimension now, and we can take a look at, it's not giving us any kind of location dimensions. getting any reporting of its location. So what I'll do is I'll move it all the way up till it touches the surface. And then we'll look at the remainder dimension. Oh, we're not getting any kind of nice reporting off of that. Oh, that's a little frustrating. I'm not sure exactly. Oh, here we've got something. I'm sorry. So it's 5 feet. So we want 30 inches here. Oh, nice. Let's try that one more time. So now that's centered in that opening, and I guess we could just, there we go. We can line up with the mirror. So now our mirror is lined up. So we're good to go with all of those alignments. Let's smudgy our chair over here to look a little better. And we'll move our checkbox for spacing, so we know we have adequate space here. It looks like I flubbed up because I got us a little bit tight here. Let's figure out, let's take the wall out 6 inches. I'll take it out 2 inches. And then we'll just move these components over likewise the same amount. And last thing we want to do is straighten our mirror back out again. All right, so it looks like we're pretty good with our clearances here. Here, we can start to now look in the final view about putting actual dimensions on. So here we're seeing the partition in that view. We've got to go back and correct that. That's where we have the sink, and that's from moving that wall. So let's do that right away. Let's go back to our bathroom plan and deal with this one elevation marker. And we're just going to slide that up a little bit. So we're catching everything. Go back to that. All right, so we can see our bathroom stalls. We can see it here. So now our next step is really to go through and start labeling and dimensioning objects.